Whenever you come online to give a think piece, you're supposed to put thought into it.
Welcome on another episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are joining for the very first time, thank you as well for clicking on this video. This creator had posted a think piece that a lot of mothers, or let me say parents, are not agreeing with. There are so many women stitching to this video, and it was a lady that shared it, talking about parents be willing to share toys whenever they take their kids to the park. Like, you as a parent and as a child, you have to be willing to share your toys when you go to the park, because you know you're going to meet other kids there as well. You need to tell your kids or teach your kids to share their toys when they go to the park. If you know you're not willing to share your toys, or your kids are not willing to share their toys with other kids when they go to the park, you might as well come to the park with no toys. So many mothers have been commenting, like, some are saying this is pure entitlement, that nobody is obligated to share their toys with your kids. If you as a mother, if you're leaving your house as well, pack some toys for your kids. They are not going to say, because they don't want their kids to share their toys, not allow their kids pick toys if they say they want to go to the park with their toys. I have put together this video, and without wasting much time, let's just get right into it.
Don't bring toys to the park unless your kids and you are ready and willing to share. I don't think it's fair that you're going to bring toys to a place where there's going to be a bunch of kids and you are not willing to share the toys with the other kids. I feel like that's just wrong. I don't think people should take toys to the park at all because of that whole situation. And yes, people need to know, okay, this is mine, teach your kids. But at the same time, I feel like that's just cruel. So how about we leave the toys at home, or be willing to share those toys? I don't know what you guys think. I might be the only person with this opinion, but I've seen it too many times when I go to the park, and we don't take toys to the park because of that reason. And you are not willing to share the toys with the other kids.
Look, I understand. It feels really shitty when your kid is at the park and there's a toy they want to play with and another kid doesn't want them to play with it. But the park isn't just a place for play. The park, to me, is a place to learn, and to learn how to socialize and how to interact with other people. My kids are not entitled to your kids' toys, just as your kids are not entitled to my kids' toys. Now, of course, as parents, I hope that we would all encourage our kids to want to share and teach them the lesson that, you know, oftentimes sharing makes the play that much more fun. But I don't think it should ever be seen as an obligation. It should be seen as a choice. It also helps teach kids how to learn how to assert themselves and how to express themselves and say, you know, this is my toy and I just don't want you to play with it right now. Or, you know, I only have a little bit of bubbles left, so I would like to save those for myself for later. Like, it's okay to express that. And as parents, I think these are skills that we want our kids to have, right? To be able to assert themselves, express themselves, to be able to communicate properly and effectively. Because honestly, that's just unfortunately not how the world works. There are always going to be people in the world that have things that you want, and they're not obviously just going to just give them to you. Nor should we walk around thinking or feeling that just because I don't have something, that means somebody else shouldn't have it and enjoy it. It's just unrealistic.
Kids and you are ready and willing to share.
Hello, everyone. Just a quick friendly reminder, or like a warm suggestion, whichever one tickles your pickle. Whenever you come online to give a think piece, you're supposed to put thought into it. That's the name, right? Think piece. You're supposed to think about what you're saying. I feel as though these think pieces are just becoming pieces. No thoughts, just vibes, because what the fuck are you talking about? This is actually, and probably even clinically, insane. There's no way that you thought that this was the answer, rather than just teaching your child that not everything belongs to them and that no means no. I feel like some of you just have children for the aesthetic, which is insane, because you're quite literally raising human beings who have to function in society. Do y'all not get that? You have to teach your children that no means no and not everything belongs to them, because one day they're going to be adults. And those adults will not be able to accept that no means no and not everything belongs to them, which can lead to a plethora of fucking problems. Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all make me nervous and give me heart palpitations. Your kids deserve better. Please be better. Thank you. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Don't let your kids bring toys to the park unless they're willing to share. I've got a kid and he loves his toys and he loves to share, but I'm not making him share with anybody if he doesn't want to. I want him to know that he has choices. I'm not forcing him to do anything at the park. You just don't know what other people's kids are capable of, right? What if they run off with the toy? or start screaming when you try to take the toy away because you got to go home, then what? I cannot trust the home training of other people's kids. So if my son doesn't want to share, then he's not sharing. If he does start sharing, I'm close by to make sure that I'm a referee because I've seen how other kids are about my son's toys. Those toys are expensive and they're hard to get. And I'm there to advocate for my son and make sure that his toys are not mistreated or destroyed. But again, if he doesn't want to share, then he's not going to share. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? There isn't a single person, parent, police officer that's going to make me share my son's toys. It's not against the law. What are you going to do about it?
What you mean? Don't bring my kids' toys to the park if they don't want to share. People love to get on this here app and tell people how to raise their kids and what to do with their kids. Baby, sweetie, that's called a boundary. Yes, my kids know how to share and they do share, but if they don't want to share, they don't have to share. And that's okay, because you know what? Kids don't always share with them. And they have the understanding that they don't have to share with them. Like the audacity of y'all. And y'all raising these weak ass kids thinking that everybody got to do what they say. Everybody got to fall in line and do what they want. And give me your toy. Give me your juice. Give me your snack. Give me. No, it does not work like that. Like, you better follow me. Come do what I want to do. That's called entitlement. That child is entitled, and it's the parents' fault. My child ain't gotta share with your child. My child is not gonna be mean about it. But if they don't want to share, they're not gonna share. They'll tell your ass in a minute, no, it's mine. I don't want to, and that's their right. They have that right to say no. No means no for a child as well. Like, what do you mean? Don't bring the toys to the park if they don't plan on sharing. What? Cause how that sound? How does that sound? Make it make sense.
I don't think it's fair that you're going to bring toys to a place where there's going to be a bunch of kids. And
so when I've run into this issue of being at the playground and other kids not wanting to let my child use their things, I simply say to my kid, that is okay. They do not have to let you use their toys. It's theirs. They can say no to you if they want. And that's okay, because we're at the playground. There's so many other really cool things we could do, like the swing, the slides, monkey bars. I just redirect her attention to something way cooler. Now, every time that we've brought toys to the playground, my daughter is always more than willing to share. I don't think she's ever said that, no, you cannot use my things. I mean, we've brought snacks to the playground, and my daughter's even tried to share our snacks. And I'm like, girl, these are for me and you. We can't share. We don't have enough for everybody. I'm sorry. And I do not tell her that she has to share her things with the other kids. She decides that for herself. She always makes so many friends at the playground because she's willing to share her things. But I definitely think it's important that we teach our kids that they're not entitled to use other people's toys at the playground, just like other people are not entitled to use their toys at the playground. There's nothing wrong with people letting their kids bring toys to the playground though, especially when you also have the choice to do that as well.
don't bring toys to the park unless your kids and you are ready and willing to share.
It's a no for me. And it might sound mean. I have a 2-year-old, and everybody wants to hope that their kid will be nice and share and pleasant. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. My daughter me. Mira is me. Like, she will tell you no. She will tell you no, thank you. She will tell you it's not your turn. She is very vocal, okay? And I support that. I encourage that wholeheartedly. I teach her that she is not obligated to share with anybody. Not a friend, not a cousin, not JoJo at the park. She don't have to share with nobody. But I do also teach her that because you are choosing not to share, understand that people may not share with you. And if that happens, that you want something and they don't want to share with you, that is a lesson in fairness. You have to understand that life's not fair. Life is not always fair. There are boundaries that have to be put in place. When somebody tells you no, the answer is no. You are not put on this earth to make stuff fair for somebody else or to give everybody else what they want. That is entitlement. I know that every single one of us knows an adult, okay, that is overly entitled. They think everything belongs to them. They think everything should come to them. That's where it starts, is with these kids. I'm not raising no entitled kid, and I don't want her to be no entitled adult. So that teaches her that she has boundaries that have to be respected, that life ain't fair. So sometimes you just got to take one on the chin. It teaches her that her voice matters. So when she says no, the answer is no, and that she can also speak up for herself and ask for the things that she wants. It teaches her not to be entitled, because there are going to be things that someone has that are nicer than hers. She has to understand where that came from, and that just because they have it, she's not entitled to it, and vice versa. Other kids need to learn that too. But to say kids shouldn't bring stuff to the park unless they are willing to share, girl, sit down. Okay, I'm not entitled to share that way. If I bring a sandwich you won't have, You won't have my McDonald's Sprite? Girl, no. That's not the way the world works. And anybody who is teaching their kids that is setting them up for failure, baby, because the world is not fair. It is not fair at all. And it is our job as parents to teach them that. Just my 2 cents. I love y'all.
Don't bring toys to the park unless your kids and you are ready and willing.
I'm sorry, but this is nuts. And it worries me for the future generations because we could not raise these soft ass children. Children should know that if they go somewhere and a kid is playing with something that is theirs, they should know that that is not their toy. And if the other kid wants to share, by all means, that's cool. But there should be no expectation that anybody it has to share anything. That's like me telling you the coffee that you bring or the snacks that you bring, you should share it with me. It just makes no sense. Every child should know. Like, there's been so many times I go to public places with my child and somebody has the little cars that you put them in, whatever. Mommy, I want it. I want it. That's not yours, buddy. And I think this is like where the line gets drawn with like gentle parenting and all the gentle bullshit. I don't necessarily, I don't, I've been very vocal about this. You should never hit a child no matter what. But I believe in like kind of, direct, strict parenting in the sense that if it's no, it's no. And that is not your toy. That's okay. You have plenty of toys at home. We'll play with toys when we're at home. Kids should grow up knowing that everything is not theirs, that everybody's not going to like them, that everybody's not going to be their friends. Like, we have to start setting that realistic mentality. I'm sorry, from mom to mom, that's just crazy.
Are ready and willing.
If my kids want to bring toys to the playground, I am more than happy and willing to take their toys to the playground. If other kids that they don't know want to play with their toys and our girls don't want them to touch it, then the stranger friends are not going to be touching it. Same concept goes that if we see toys at the playground and my kids want to play with it, but it's not theirs, I'm not going to make already big assumptions that they get to play with stranger toys. It's just a great opportunity to teach your kids how to share, but also to set boundaries. And if they don't want to share or want to give a toy to somebody, their friends, or even people they don't know, that it's okay to not give it to them. Kind of the same concept. If you go to a friend's house and you play with all their toys, when it's time to go home, you need to leave all the toys there before you leave. I don't know why I decided to share my opinion on this and stitch it, but there's my
What do you guys think? You guys know that kids will definitely be kids. There are times where you will take your kids to the park and they will come with toys, and other kids might see it and want to play with it, and they might not have the understanding that these other kids are not obligated to give you. They are not. You should not be entitled to their stuff. You should not want to take it because you say it. So I'd like to hear what you guys think about what that lady said. Like, I think Pace, she already said she might be the only one who thinks that way, but I want to hear what you guys think about what she said. Like, are you of the opinion that if you're not willing to share, if you and your kids are not willing to share your toys at the park, then you should not go with one? Are you of that opinion, or you're on the other side, like they don't hold you anything? If they want to go to the park with their toys and they don't want to share, fine. And if they want to share as well, they can go ahead and share. So let me hear what you guys think about all of that. This person said, so you don't bring toys to the park to enhance your child's play environment, but you expect others to share their toys with your kids. Make it make sense. Another one said, I'm not even a mom, but this entitlement is crazy. Did you pay for the toy? Why don't you bring toys that will actually entertain your kids so they don't want others? This one said, I think it shouldn't be mandatory for a child to share their toy. I mean, it's just an insane expectation. Many kids love to play alone and take toys for that company or comfort, which is very, very true. Another one said, completely disagree. Last summer, I let other kids play with the water toys I bought and they ended up broken. The other parent did not care. I no longer share with kids I do not know. Another one said, the world isn't a fair place. By teaching them that others must share their toys with your kids, you are teaching them that they will get whatever they want just because. No one is obligated to share. Another one said, sharing is important, but so is saying, sorry, I don't want to share right now. And dealing with that disappointment and getting over it, both are important lesson. I love this comment. Like, she said it just the way it is. Like, both are very important. If they share with you, fine, and you can tell them as well that They are not obligated to share with you. It is not yours, and you'll be fine. And like one of the women said in the stitch, that we direct them to other cool activities to do in the park, saying that they shouldn't bring it at all to the park if they don't want to share. I think that is where people are like, nah, just hold it on there. This is not making any sense. Let me hear what you guys think about what she said, and let me hear what you think about the stitches as well. And I will see you guys in the next episode.